Hangman game? I used to play a lot. I do play a lot. Hangman game is one of the fantastic game. Have you played it? If yes, say yes in the comments. If no, let me explain you how it works. Hangman game is a word guessing game where one player has to think of the word and other player has to guess the word by guessing a letter at a time. The entire word is displayed in the form of dashes. The letter whichever guessed, if it is correct, then the dashes will be updated by that letter. You will be having a minimum time to guess the correct word. Sounds interesting? I always play this game with my friends. And I am a coder, so I built this game using Python. Would you like to try it? Then why so late? Grab your keyboards and let's start. Create a new file. Now we have to use a library called as random so that we can randomly generate the words which is present inside the list. So for that, import random. Create a list of words. You can pick any topic. If you want to go for the movies, you can go for it. If you want to go for the series, you can go for it. Or you want to mix it, even that's fine. Okay. So I'll create a variable that is words. So I'm going to have a group of words which can be randomly used for guessing. The first word I'll use is Python, friends, Vampire Diaries, Fast and Furious, and the last is Conjuring. You can use how much ever you want. Now we'll define a function where we'll explain the flow of the Hangman game. So to define a function, we use as def and then write the name of the function as Hangman. So we'll create a variable word. Inside this, we will randomly generate a word from the list words and then store it inside the variable word. So for that, we'll call a random library and then we will say choice. It has to choose any movie name or any series name and then put it inside the variable word. Now, whatever the guessed letters are there, we have to append it inside the empty list. You have to collect it and keep it. For that, what we will do is we'll create an empty list. So I'll use the variable as guessed letters. And I'll create an empty list. I will not add anything inside it. Now, how many tries you want to give, how many times the person can guess. So that you can give it here. So I will create a variable called tries and I will say for my game, I'll keep it like I will give only 6 tries. If you want to give more than that, you can go for it or less than that, you can go for it. That thing, you can fix it over here. Now, once this is set, we'll print a welcome statement. So we'll have print welcome to the Hangman game. You can have anything you want. And then we'll tell that how many letter word it is. So for that, we'll print a statement. We'll say the word has. So here we need to get how many characters are present inside the word which is randomly generated and which is stored inside the variable word. So we use a keyword that is length. This will basically help us to get how many characters are present inside the word. So the variable is word, so I'll write it over here, put comma and continue my sentence. Letters will have good luck. You can frame your sentence however you want. Then I will have another print statement where we will give the hyphens. How many letters are there? That many empty blank hyphens we will give so that the user can add the letters and place it over there. So the character which we are going to add is underscore. How many underscore should display? Depending upon how many length of the word is. Basically, how many characters are there? That many underscores has to be displayed. That's why we are multiplying it with the length of the word. For example, suppose the length of the word is 2. So 2 times the underscore is 2 underscores will be displayed. You have to repeat the same steps depending upon how many tries are there. So we have to create a while loop and say that the while loop, if it is greater than 0, okay, if the tries is greater than 0, then what should happen? Then we'll say guess. You need to basically ask a user input. So we'll say input and we'll display a sentence that is guess a letter. And whatever the letters the user is entering, we will convert it to the lowercase. If now we will check. So whatever the user is guessing, if that guess in guessed letter. In that case, you will say print, you have already guessed this letter. So basically, suppose let us say for initial step, you have already selected O, and again, you're guessing the same letter. In that case, you will say, you will display a message saying that you already guessed this letter. And then we will write a keyword continue. This continue is just like skipping. Whatever the sentences you will add after continue will get skipped. So the entire loop will get skipped. If it is not, in that case, what you do is whatever the guessed letter is there, you will just append it in the empty list. Now, whatever the letter you are guessing, if that is inside the word, in that case, you will print correct. Or you can print anything you want. Once you guess the appropriate letter, you have to display that letter. So that's the reason we will create an empty string, and whatever the guessed letter is there, we will place it over there and will give a pattern like how it has to display. So we'll create an empty string and I'll name it the variable as display word. So unless and until we guess all the letters, depending upon the tries number, we have to keep on repeating the loop. So we'll say for letter in word, if that letter is in the guessed letters, in that case, you will display the word along with the letter with some space. If it is wrong, then you go to the else part and display the word as it is. If once the loop is done, then print the entire the letter which is you have guessed. If display word dot replace, if that space, if there is any space, you just replace it with no space and check that is there any space left, if that this is matching with the word, and there are no spaces and all the words are guessed properly, all the letters are guessed properly. In that case, you print a message like print congratulations, you won. You can display anything. Once that is done, then break the loop. Now, else, in this case, if it is wrong, then in that case, what you will do is you will reduce the tries by 1 and then display the message with how many moves are remaining or how many tries are remaining. We will say wrong guess. You have left with all the variable tries. Let's see. Tries. You can display the sentence however you want. Now we have to check like all if all the tries are there or all the tries are done. In that case, we'll say if tries is equal to 0, then you print. If all the tries are then you lost. So you can display that message, sorry, you lost, and then show the word. The word, and that word is stored inside the variable word. Just call that variable here. Once all is done, just call the function out of the function. So let's see the result. So I have to guess the 7-letter word. Okay, I will guess Y. So it says wrong guess. Okay, I'll say D. Correct. Okay, I'll say tableau. Wrong. A. Wrong. R. Okay. Then F. E. And yeah, I got another word. D. S. And I. So congratulations, you won. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed building game with me. Hope to see you again in my next video.